Aventri is a robust event management platform, allowing you to create simple RSVP forms all the way to complex event registration forms. We're going to start off with just an example of a marketing email. Within Aventri, you have the ability to upload your mailing lists, or you could even sync from Salesforce, and then send out marketing communications encouraging people to register. Do know that the look and feel is entirely up to you. This is just a simple example of what an email could look like. Some nice features of our emails, as well as our websites and registration forms, is the ability to use what we call merge codes. And merge codes is just a simple way to push in a data value. So in this instance here, my email contained the merge code for the event title. And then when the email gets sent out, it actually pushes in the correct title. Things like that for the date, the registration link, all of that helps make things very clonable so that it's an easy to use platform that can get spun up very quickly. From here, we'll move over to an example of an event website. So Aventri offers an easy to use drag and drop website builder. A website could be a single scrolling page if you'd like, or you could certainly have multiple tabs. We provide over 20 different templates pre-ready available to you, but of course you can always create your own templates and start from scratch. We also have what we call widgets, and these widgets are ways to display information about the event easily within your website. One example of a widget here is what we call our subscribe widget. It allows you to collect a variety of information fields, and upon submission, this individual will be added to your marketing mailing list. So perhaps you're not ready to launch registration, but you want to collect information about those that are potentially interested. This would be one way to do that. Another great widget that we have is what we call our speakers widget. And this is going to pull the speaker information directly from your event. So let's say if in this example, Melissa Miller, her job title has changed. You get to make that change in one centralized location at the event level, and it is then going to push and populate out to your website as well as your mobile app. And as you can see here, there's different look and feel options. This one is a card option. But if I scroll down, you can also have smaller cards here. You could have circles for the images, you could have more information buttons, and a lot of different things that you can do to really make this look and feel your own. Another widget option is our agenda widget. So just like the speakers widget, this is going to pull information directly from your registration form. So you can certainly have hidden agenda items if you don't want everything to be displayed, but this is going to allow people to see all of the different potential activities that are taking place at your event. Items can be listed by date, they can be organized by speaker, by track if you'd like, and we also offer a robust filter to allow attendees to really hone in on what they might want to attend. All of these items can be clickable as well if you want them to be, which allows additional information to be pulled up, not only about the session itself, but about the speakers as well. Now, last but not least is our sponsors widget. So if your event has various sponsors, you can have a side scrolling widget like we have here, which will scroll through the different sponsors you've selected. Or you can just simply lay them out down here as well. And you of course get to control, are there borders, what size is the image, all of the different look and feel options you need. From here, we're going to go ahead and actually register for this event. Now you'll notice consistent look and feel from the marketing email to the website to the registration form. That is all possible within this platform. And within our registration form, we have what we call categories. Now you certainly don't need to have categories, or alternatively, these could be hidden and you can force attendees down a specific path. but in this instance I have them visible and I'm allowing my attendees to select them. Some of the benefits of categories is that not only can you provide different pricing options as well as payment options, but you get to control the entire registrant's journey based upon that category. So for example, my attendees, I have questions about their degree, maybe you have questions about food allergies, but maybe for a sponsor that's not going to physically be at the event, perhaps you don't need that kind of information. So it's all up to you what you want to ask each potential individual category, and you can also control it so that you can have different confirmation emails based upon the categories as well. We do also offer subcategories. So while I don't have it here, if I had selected attendee and then continue, I could have then had an option to say select member or non-member, something like that. Now you'll see here that some of my basic information has been populated. In my mailing list, I simply had my email address, my first and last name, and the system was able to populate my registration form with that data. You also have the ability to populate a registration form from your previous event registrants. So anytime an email address is recognized, any of these standard fields could be auto-populated with data. Now on this attendee information page, you can ask as many different questions as you would like, or as little questions as you would like. And of course you have the ability to control which fields are required. Now in this instance, I don't have many fields required, just simply to get through the registration process quicker. But we've got things like one-line text fields, we have drop-down fields, image uploads, document uploads, drop-down fields, radio buttons, checkboxes. So any kind of field type that you might need to use to be able to gather the information you need is all possible within the Aventri platform. Now do note that this registration form, I do have all of the additional tabs turned on, but if you were doing just a simple RSVP form, none of these following tabs necessarily need to display. Maybe you just need to collect their basic information and then they're completing the process. But in this instance, I do have a full built out agenda. You can have an agenda where the item is just simply displayed or kind of forced upon the attendee. You know, everybody's going to be attending breakfast. It doesn't need to be a selection. We do, of course, have checkbox options as well. Now, of course, more information can be displayed about any one of these items, and you can opt to either have it open up in a pop-up window, or the information can simply display below. We can also handle capacities. This capacity, of course, has been set up at the agenda level, but you can also set up capacities at the event level, as well as the category level as well. So with that, we do also have wait lists. So when a capacity has been reached, you can opt to just simply close out the activity or close out the event, or alternatively, you could enable a wait list. Then of course we also have the capability of what we would call breakout sessions, so the ability to select one of, say, the following activities that takes place at the same date and time. And if desired, it is certainly possible to select or add, I should say, a fee to a particular agenda item. If you want to charge more, perhaps for the beef meal than you would the chicken meal. Next is our hotel reservation page. Now on this tab, you can certainly have more than one hotel if you would like. You could of course also have just one hotel, and then it wouldn't require anybody to actually make a selection. Alternatively, say your sponsors are all staying at Hilton and all your attendees are staying at Hyatt, you would be able to push your registrants down the appropriate path, including the hotels and the hotel room options. So we're going to go ahead and select the Hilton Denver City Center today. And on the administrative side of the system, I have determined my appropriate room block. That for me was May 8th through May 14th. and I'm allowing my registrants to select any days within that block. Your block can be based off of hotel as well as room type. So I've selected my appropriate dates. I will select add. And then of course you can ask an unlimited number of questions to help facilitate this booking. So do you need to know their rewards number? Does there need to be a passport number? Something like that to be able to book this reservation. And of course, more information can be displayed about this hotel as well. Now we also have a travel reservation page. You can ask if attendees need travel assistance or what kind of travel they'll be doing. Of course, you could completely eliminate this page if travel reservations is not a thing. But in this instance, I'll walk through it. We'll select air travel and continue. And then you can see, of course, that I can ask a slew of additional questions, again, all to help facilitate this airline booking. Now, it is important to note for both hotel and travel, we do have a variety of integrations that can help actually book hotel reservations along with travel reservations as well, should that be of interest. And then, of course, Aventri can handle group registrations should you want to enable it. Now, last but not least, this event did have a fee, so I'm being brought to a payment page where I can select my appropriate payment method. Now, of course, administratively, you would have the ability to determine what types of payment methods are available for each of your different categories. Of course, if no payment method is necessary, you could have this page skipped entirely and take them directly to the completion, or you could have this page enabled so that it's sort of a review your selections page. At this point, I would select Make Payment, and I would complete the registration process. Now, on the administrative side, all data is live in real time, so the moment this registration is completed, they are pushed into your data, showcasing that they have completed registration and made payment if that was part of the event. Upon completion of registrations, attendees can receive automated confirmation emails. Those can be custom and unique to the different individuals and the different categories. And then you, as the administrator, can also receive notifications should you want to. From this point, we are going to jump into the administrative side of the platform to take a look at the different things that we've kind of done here today. So I'm going to go ahead and log into Aventri. And I'm going to jump first to my navigation. So on the administrative side of Aventri, we've got kind of a topmost navigation that allows you to drill into the different elements of the Aventri platform. So if you needed to create your marketing emails, you could do so. We can also handle surveys as well as mobile apps. But today I'm going to jump into websites so we can see how a website is built. I can simply click Create New Website, give this a name. I can link it to my event if I want, and I can select from any one of the given templates. Of course, I can always start from scratch and create my own, or I can turn any website that I've already created into a template that would then appear here for me to select. So we'll go ahead, we'll just select, let's see, we'll do, let's see, 20 is actually one of my favorites here. So we'll create this website. And everything is drag and drop, allowing you to just easily move content around or add content as needed. Now, I mentioned before the concept of merge codes. Our website uses these as well. So again, this makes things very clonable so that you can spin up multiple websites or registration forms quickly as needed. So as you can see, images can be added, text can be added. And if I scroll here to the Add Content area, this is how I'm able to add in additional content. So if I want to add in an image, I can simply drag and drop. And then I can select the image that I want to add. Let's do just a background image here. I get to determine if this is left, centered, or right aligned, my image size. I can even link the image to another page in my website or to a custom URL. Save, and this is now part of my website. Additional options that can be added are those widgets that we talked about. So for example, if we want to add in speakers, again, we can drag and drop. We can opt to select an existing widget that we've maybe already created or create a new one. And we can link it to the appropriate event if we'd like. From here, you'll see you have a variety of layout options, kind of like what we talked about when we were looking at the actual website. You can also determine your grid size. So this can all be based upon how many speakers you actually have. And then what data do you actually want to display here? Do you want the company name to display or not? Would you like a more info button? All of that's going to be possible. And then every color, every font, text size can be controlled directly from this area as well. We would simply save and exit, and we have now added this speaker section to our website. Now this tool does feature a save and or publish option. So if this site was already live, as I'm wanting to add in, say, the agenda and things that are getting finalized later, I can work on these changes and then publish the page later. Next, we're going to jump to the events area. And every area within that main navigation has this concept of folders. And folders is a great way to not only organize your different events, but it is also a way to allow permissions. So let's say John Doe only has access to the 2019 folder or the Aperture folder. That would be possible with our folder structure and with our rules and permissions. We're going to jump into the event that we registered for earlier. That is the Stark Industries 2020 Tech Fest. And we have now moved into the builder area of the platform. So with this tool here, I have the ability, of course, to scroll through each of the additional tabs here to add questions, make changes, and set this up as needed. So an unlimited number of categories are available. You can also have subcategories. And as I mentioned before, you can have categories that are hidden and instead direct your registrants specifically to that category as needed. Attendee info is going to be where you're going to ask all of your questions. Anything with a kind of computer icon here is a system standard field that's already been included. But of course, like this degree field here, you can create your own so that every time you go to create a registration form, it's displayed in the tool. But if you need to add an ad hoc question, you can certainly do so by clicking Add Question. You can type out the question name in here. We do also have an HTML editor should you want to stylize the question. And then the key piece is, how do you want your attendees to respond? So we've got headings, we have hidden fields that you can actually push data into, single line of text, multi-line of text. I won't go through all of them here, but as you can see, a wide variety of ways for you to collect the information that you need. And if you need to make a question perhaps visible only to a certain category, like we talked about earlier, I could say, yep, this is a question specific just for my speakers, and I do want to make it required. Next up is the agenda page. So the agenda creation is very similar to the custom question creation. You also have the ability to import these if you would like. Under the Look and Feel tab, this is where you have the ability to come in and again control the look and feel of this registration form. So we have what we call themes that can be selected That's what's going to change all of the different color elements, what's going to change what sort of logo you have up at the top. And these themes can be applied both at the website level and the registration form. So again, helping you keep that consistent look and feel. Now, one of the most powerful elements of the Aventri platform is its reporting. So I'm going to start off first with our summary report. Now, this report is great for high-level information about what's taking place in your event. So as I scroll through here, I can see my total registrations. If I have categories, I can easily see the breakdown by category, including the revenue by category if you're collecting funds. And any of the kind of radio button or drop-down questions that you've asked, you can see here in this summary as well. So if I want to see, hey, how many people have an associate's degree? I can simply click on this link, and it's going to take me to what we call our registrant list. And this registrant list is going to be pre-filtered by those 19 individuals. Now, the amount of information that you display here on this registrant list, this is up to you. You can create as many custom views as you would like. And as you see me kind of scrolling through some of these different options, you of course see the information changing. Now, every attendee is going to have a checkbox to the left of their name. You can certainly select all of them. You, of course, can pick and choose as needed. And from here, you have quite a few additional options, but one of the most helpful ones, of course, is send email. So let's say this was everybody that said that they had a nut allergy. Maybe you want to reach out to them and find out how severe it is, and then perhaps not sit them at a specific table. You know, just different ways to reach out to individuals. Now, also under reports and functions, you'll see a whole list of standard reports that are readily available to you, but you also have the ability to do unlimited custom reporting. So we'll jump into an existing report that has already been created, but of course you can always add more. And when a registration form is cloned, any custom reports that you've created will clone over as well. Now I have the ability to give this a title, and I can add whatever fields I feel are most important for this specific report. And as you can see, there are quite a few different options, including any custom questions that you've asked, any of the agenda item selections, any hotel or travel details, as well as billing information. Now that I've added my appropriate fields, I do have the ability to also filter this report by standard filters such as attendee categories or attendee statuses. However, I can always create a custom filter. So let's say in this instance, I'm including, the degree, and I want to say, hey, show me everybody with a degree of A or B. And that would be possible in the platform. You can also group these custom reports. So in this instance, I want all of my attendees with a bachelor's degree to be grouped together. And then one of the neatest pieces here within our custom reporting is the ability to turn on this direct link. So once enabled, this link is live and real time. So if you need to send this off to, say, the caterer, and you're still accepting registrations, anytime they click on this link, that data will be up to date. So as new registrations come in, if attendees have modified their registration record, all of this will be reflected directly in this URL. You, of course, can determine how you want that report to be kind of executed, and you can also add a password if you would like. Alternatively, or in addition to, you can also create emails. So you can have these emails sent kind of every X number of days. You can add a custom message if you would like, and then this report will be sent to that individual or individuals on that reoccurring time frame. And then we'll take a look at what that report actually looks like. This is, of course, the HTML version, but certainly you could have done this in Excel. And you'll see I've grouped all of my attendees by their equivalent degree. All data within Aventri is exportable, whether it's a custom report or simply just looking at your registrant list view. So the data is yours to do what you need with it to, of course, gain insight into your event. Thank you for your time today, and have a great day.